There is such a beautiful sunset outside. We have got to take Theo on a walk. Look at this. Ooh. Hey, you wanna go on a walk? Let's get in the stroller. So, it is the beginning of the year, and I have been thinking a lot recently about the concept of time, kind of trying to understand how it impacts my worldview and the decisions that I make. It's a hard thing to understand because time is not physical. You can't feel it or hear it, but it seems to be something that we feel and hear from like every single day. But it seems like most of what we hear and feel from time is negative, and it feels like time is running out. Maybe it's too late to do the things that we want to do, or to find the things that we want to find, or to be the people that we want to be. You having fun? You want to keep walking? There's this interesting story that I heard a few months ago, and thinking about it has really kind of shaped how I've perceived this idea of time and how time passes. And it starts all the way back in the year 46 BC. So Caesar had just come to power, and the calendar had gotten completely out of whack. Nobody had kept up with it in such a long time that the year was off by a few months. And the year 46 BC came to be known as the Year of Confusion. The year ended up being 455 days long, so they could add enough time to start the next year on the right day. And the astronomers that came up with this calendar were pretty close to getting it right, but they miscalculated by about 11 minutes, an amount that seems inconsequential maybe to them, in fact an amount that wouldn't even be noticed during their lifetimes. But all that would change over 1,600 years later in the year 1582. So in 1582, they introduced the Gregorian calendar, which is the calendar that we use to this day. But the interesting thing about this is that it wasn't until 1923 that the entire world had finally adapted this calendar. That's nearly 350 years of the world not agreeing on what day it was, or when a holiday should be celebrated, or when the months began. And it's very interesting to see that life didn't stop moving during that time, that people didn't have to agree or be right about what day it was for time to keep on passing. And it's almost as if our perception of time has very little bearing on the world, maybe none at all. Really makes you start to wonder, maybe feeling like it's too late to start something, or that it's too late to find somebody to fall in love with, or too late to go on that adventure. Maybe your perception of time has no bearing on that either. Maybe you can do all of that. I feel like the more I continue to think about this concept of time, the more I start to see it as a tool and less of a burden. Time is not something that is meant to weigh me down. It's a thread that keeps me connected to the people that I love and to the things that I love. And maybe we all have the power to decide how time is going to impact each and every one of our own lives. So maybe you're like me and you have felt a lot of pressure from this idea of time and how it's passing and you feel like it's too late to start the thing that you want to start, or do the thing that you want to do. Maybe it's too late to be the version of yourself that you always wished you could be. Remember that time isn't what makes things happen in your life. Time doesn't call the shots. You do. And you are never going to run out of time because time is in your hands. It's not the other way around. Hey, you ready to go home?
I'm ready to go see Mom.
I'm ready to go see Mom. Okay, me too. Let's go get her.